Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. With the greetings of Islam, brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are continuing now our show, The Calligrapher. I'm Khalifa Al-Sheemy. Now we are going to finalize the Kufi style. I wish from the last time that you can start to do with the simple graph paper, the alphabet until Qaf. Today, inshallah, we are going to complete with the other letters. And as we have seen with our participants, their opinion about the Arabic calligraphy style, especially the Kufi style, especially they have a recent experience of the other styles. I think that our participants, Dr. Abdurrahman, do you have any comments or inquiry about the last time of during your writing the Kufi?
I just wonder, Doctor, the early period of Islam, they write Quran in Kufi style, and then we can see that they changed to Nasakh. But I just want to ask if there anybody still writing the Quran, copying the Quran using the Kufi style, Doctor?
Yes, it's a good question also of Abdurrahman about are there any somebody still or the calligrapher still writing the Holy Quran or using the Kufi style. In fact, now a lot of calligraphers stop to do the writing with the Kufi style. But I have seen in Morocco one of our masters, he is a calligrapher, his name is Balaid Hamidi. He's one of the most famous artists in calligrapher in Morocco. He got also ijaza from the masters in Istanbul. I have seen one copy he started already before about 6 months when he intend to start. It was on Friday. So he told me after the praying al-subh, the morning. So he told me just now after the pray, I will start writing a new copy of Quran using the Kufi style. I was discussing with him at that time in Istanbul that you should start with other style like Nasakh or Farsi. He told me no, I have dreamed that I have to finish the whole Quran inshallah with the Kufi style. Before a few days, he phoned me that he sent me a congratulation that he already finished the Kufi style Quran.
So how long it take to finish?
He took about 6 months.
6 months?
About 6 months, yeah.
With Kufi style?
With Kufi style, but without any kind of illumination, just only he put hands for the head of verses. Yeah. Then after the second step, I think maybe he will decorate all of them or only the 2 pages. But he sent me an email, and I've seen the first 2 pages. Was wonderful, and really all of us we have prayed to him.
Ordinary people like can read that kind of Quran?
He wrote actually in the Morocco Kufi style.
It's very difficult.
Yeah, that's why he used the special pen for writing this one. It doesn't need squares paper or something like. He used the Kufi Morocco style. It depends on the more curves. You see, the more curves moving the pen, so he can use something like such a kind of those pens, but not the same because it's sharp edging. But that one is circle. It's a circle and give the circle edge. So when he use, it should be vertical.
To give the
not
rounded curve.
to give the rounded curves. That's why.
I hope I can see that copy of Quran.
Yeah, I think
one
I
day.
think I have the 2 pages. I can one day, if we got chance, we can have just a workshop to show all the participants how we can start the writing the Quran for all the styles. I think that one day we can show through the Calligrapher program or Calligrapher show. We can show something like this. Mr. Sami, do you have any inquiry or questions for?
My inquiry or my question really was about the tools used in writing this style or the Kufi style, especially that we used chalk and the graph paper last time, especially at this very early stage of the process of production of
Yes.
Kufis.
Yes. When we use our tools like this in the other styles, like Naskh or Diwani or Thuluth or Taliq or whatever of the other style, except Kufi. In Kufi, we have to use the pencil and the pen. Otherwise, we have to use in the Morocco, as I told about, by the way, for our
Pencil or pens at one stage, or the first stage,
in the pencil in one stage, because he should erase, he should adjust some lettering up or some letters down, or some of them are joining together. Just only take the alif and lam and take them like a minaret or like a dome as a curve or whatever the shape. First, he can imagine. The calligrapher should imagine. That's why I told that, or I told you before that the painters, the people who are talented in drawing, they can do the best, better than the calligraphers. Because calligrapher is just following the dots and measurements. Even he has a talent, but Kufi doesn't need any talent because everybody can do it in a very easy way. And also, if you followed carefully the square paper or the graph paper, you can create a lot of designs.
After that, how can he fill the space of the letter? So
yeah, suppose he wrote one word of, for example, name of God, as we will see here on the blackboard, inshallah, after the break. But I think
with
he can fill them, with the brush.
The brush.
He can fill with the brush. Suppose he's doing with gold or with acrylic colors or poster color or whatever, watercolor or whatever the material
So it's really
he's going to use, he can fill them with the brush.
Different compared to other styles, because we only use the pen, but Kufi we can using brush.
The Kufi you can use the brush, of course, because where the pen maybe you can use maybe thickness of 3 or 4 centimeters. So there is no pen using this. Especially you are going to use the ink and follow the straight line, not flexible line like Thuluth or Diwani or movement letters of other styles. But in Kufi it needs special kind of tools, like special kind of pencils, needs the same thickness, needs also special kind of pens and special kind of brush also to fill very carefully. It doesn't come out to keep the same thickness as right as well, or according to your measurements of the paper. I think, do you have any more inquiry about the Kufi styles?
Okay, Doctor, can anybody be familiar with the Kufi style with time practice, without this graph paper?
Without the graph paper, I think you have to imagine first of all, you have to imagine the measurements. You can draw the squares in front of your eyes, then you can imagine.
By sense, yes.
By sense, it needs, because as we said, it's a geometrical style.
I just want to ask.
So you can do the freehand. Suppose I'm as an architect, I'm going to do my designing for a villa or for a house or for a building, whatever this kind of building. So the first idea, I have to do it with the pencil, just only. After copying this idea on the graph paper to give me the right modules of my work, because the module suppose even we are going a little bit out of our subject, but the module, everybody can use it in his work. The engineer can use in his work, especially the architect or the other specialist, or the calligrapher. He can use also for the modules, the spaces of his letters. So that's why it needs. But without paper, I think no. Otherwise, you are going to use for the Morocco style. You don't need only just line and special kind of pen with a curved edge.
Okay.
It's not a cutting edge like this, but it needs a curve. That's.
Is there any country, certain places that familiar with Kufi? For example, you mentioned that we have Moroccan Kufi. So how about another countries?
Another country is like only Morocco. They are using their own font,
okay,
their own style, the Kufi as a Moroccan style. But like Iran.
What about Kufa?
Kufa, they stopped approximately because they started now to write Thulus. So most of this area comes again to develop the Thulus. But they invented the Kufi and get the Kufi and distributed to the Islamic countries, and then
they invented the other
they tried now to develop before maybe 150 years ago.
The name Kufi is related
to Kufa. Yes,
yeah.
Correct. Even the Andalus also, they send us the Andalusi style. But there is no Andalusi style. Actually, I say that this Andalusi font, because they took it also, they sent to the computer letters and computer fonts, and they can use a lot of styles. So everybody can create his own, but depends on the main, the main styles of Sulus, Naskh, Riqa, Farsi, Diwani, Jali Diwani, and Kufi. Kufi, a lot of styles also. It has the squared Kufi, the decorated Kufi, the old Kufi. So many, more than 12 styles. So we can select one of them and study it very well, and we can create a lot of it. But in my opinion, according to our style, we are completing now. I think it's the easier one of the Kufi. So brothers and sisters, now after the short break, we are going to complete our letters on the blackboard, starting from Qaf, Kaf, Lam, Mim, Noon, Ha, Waw, Ya. Inshallah, we'll see you after the break.
Dear viewers, Huda programs can be watched in the English section of the in-flight entertainment directory on board all Saudi airline flights, domestic and international. Sit back, relax, and enjoy watching Huda's entertaining and enlightening shows on your trip. Huda wishes you a safe and successful journey. Huda, a light in every home.
Brothers and sisters, welcome back after the short break. Now we are going to write on the blackboard, as we see here, the other letters of Kaf to the other letters. We'll start here, also the same squares. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4 squares here. Kaf, as we started the Alif, the full thickness of Alif. Again, I'll go like Ba style. Here, some people are saying that this is Lam or Kaf, and we should add Hamza, the hand of Kaf, or we keep it empty. Actually, if we kept it empty, it will make a misunderstanding between Kaf and Lam. So here we should add exactly Hamza. So a lot of calligraphers approved together through the conferences and the meetings, as international meetings for the calligraphy. We accept, all of us, for the Hamza over the calligraphy of Kufi style. So we can write a small Hamza like this. So this would be Kaf. Lam will be also starting with the same letter of Alif. Look to the curve. The curve here also. And go for the end of the curve, thin. Lam. So now this is Lam. And we'll go for Mim. Mim also, it's the same method or the same way of writing the other letters. We have to keep one square around the letter, and then we'll make a small circle inside to show the Mim letter. Like this one, small circle, and we will build our letter through the squares like this. We can do the meme like this way, or like this. Could be like this or like this. Both of shapes are correct. Meme, Noon, it's same of Qaf. We'll take the same square and short curve and turn the curve would be Noon. The Ha also will keep here one square and another. We'll build our letter or could be also this shape. Waw will be the head of Qaf.
Eagle.
The Ya letter if you want to add two dots here or something like this. But suppose we are going to write one word like Alhamdulillah, or three words, or one sentence, or whatever. Let's try now on the graph paper writing Alhamdulillah. So we'll start first with Alif, with a nice shape and simple one. Start Alif. We can make it a little bit long, it's no problem also. This Alif, Lam, Ha, and Mim with a curve circle inside, a little bit curve here. So this Alhamd. Look to the Alif, Lam, and Ha, join with Mim, join with Dal. So this is our height. We will start again the name of God, Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, Lillah. The other lamb. So this is Ha. So this, Alhamdulillah, if we make another shadow beside, also would be nice, or just can make it like a three-dimensional shape. So, by using the Kufi style, simple letters, simple lines, we can write Alhamdulillah. I think in some cases, what we are going to do with this space? Somebody is asking why we left the whole space here without making, especially we are not using any kind of hands or intonation marks like Fatha, giving intonation A or E, O, or silent, Skun. So we can feel it with a simple decoration like this. It's like a flower decoration or plant decoration using only with the Kufi style. So just only to fill the spaces between the letters or between the words. Here, just only we felt the spaces between the letters here in the name of word Alhamd. The other word doesn't need any kind of decoration, so it becomes totally a full shape of nice word or nice panel written Alhamdulillah. I think, brothers and sisters, we can follow the simple way of using the graph paper or using the square paper or even the lines also. We can create a lot of words. Start with the writing name of God or Alhamdulillah, simple words, and then you can add one word or two other words until you can improve your skills to write the Kufi style. It's very, very simple style. Very easy, everybody can do it, no need to be a talented person to write it, or no need to be educated through a teacher or through any person. I think through these simple lines we can do a lot. Inshallah, we will see you after the break. We will see our participants, what they have been done through our Kufi style. Thank you, we'll see you after the break, inshallah.
Reviewing the second rule of Al-Mim As-Sakinah, that is the letter Mim. So if the first meme is non-vowel or sakina, followed by a voweled meme, so I will merge the first in the letter and I will pronounce them as one. وَآمَنَهُمْ مِنْ. And we spoke abundantly on the virtues of seeking refuge with Allah from the outcast Satan. Especially for the first reciter, he's got to recite it out loud.
وَالسَّمَاءِ ذَاتِ الْبُرُوجِ
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
فإذا جاءت الصاخة.
وَإِذَا النُّفُوسُ زُوِّجَتْ.
Make sure it's Dhamma. وَإِذَا النُّفُوسُ. Thank you for joining us.
Brothers and sisters, welcome back after the short break. We have almost finished the alphabet of Kufi style. Now we try to write in a simple way, Alhamdulillah, thanks for God, and thanks also for God to complete all the styles. And we ask God subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah, we'll give all the benefits to you all from our show, The Calligrapher. Now we want to see our participants, what they have done on the paper. After I wrote on the blackboard, I think little bit difference between the blackboard and the paper. So we'll see, Mr. Sami, what you have done. It's very good. Here we can see on the paper, he followed, do you follow the graph lines, or you create the letter from your own imagination?
No, really at this stage I followed the
The
lines drawn in the graph, but I changed here in the shape of...
Yes, just only to make very good. Now he can create also the letters just to be matching. He create here the second lamb of the great name of God to be matching with meme, because here is a little bit curve comes down below the line, and also instead of keeping this space empty, so he created to a second curve. Looks very, very nice with the shadow also, with the decoration inside, a little bit simple decoration inside. Actually, we have created the decoration from the planets, because before they are using some special branches, yeah, but now we have to select a planet, depends on our environment areas. Yes. Sometimes they're using special kind of planet or others, but it should be simple and doesn't affect by the letters. It shouldn't affect by the letters here, just only to fill the spaces. Even the calligrapher, when he start using that kind of decoration parts, he doesn't feel it. He doesn't fill the space inside or the gaps inside. Okay. He leaves just only outline to give a hint or a shadow, light shadow, just only to cover the spaces. But we see here our friends, Mr. Sami, Alhamdulillah. We are going now to see Dr. Abdul Rahman on the paper. Also, it's very good. Kaf, Lam, Mim, Nun, Ha, Wawiya. Also, I think you followed easily the guidelines of the graph paper.
Yes.
Isn't?
Yeah, but I think it's better for me to add horizontal lines to make me easier to follow.
Mm-hmm. But I think if you are going to sit and design one sentence or a short sentence like Alhamdulillah, so you can do it very carefully on the graph paper while you are going to design. Suppose, do you think to do something like this in the future, especially you studied other styles of calligraphy like thulus and naskh and diwani?
Yeah, inshallah. Because there are some certain places or medias, it's more suitable to use this kind of calligraphy.
Yeah. But this, I think, this first time for you to
not
to
really,
use this style?
Not really, but I'm not very familiar to this style.
But now, how do you feel it? Still unfamiliar, or?
For me, if one intend to write to create something from Kufi, he also have to make sure that he can draw the floral patterns, the plants, because it's other kind of.
It's just artistic,
method,
form. Actually, it's not because it's a geometrical, so it needs more geometrical work using the line and using the borders and outlines.
Because I think my decoration is not. Seems like a floral pattern, or it's not like
no. Actually, in case if we are going to use the decoration hands, brothers and sisters, we have to follow the whatever the planet around us in our environment. So the areas also send our the creative units of our decorations. Like here, I can use the simple decoration parts.
Yeah.
It would be very easy and very simple. And do the flower or do the leaves and send the other branches to the other word easily. Then you can create the other leaves. Just only use the leaves. No need to use the flowers or no need to use any kind of other planet. But you can use the simple leaves. Yeah.
Please, Doctor, with this kind of Islamic decoration, do you, as a professor in writing in mosques, use this kind of style in writing in the mosques?
Actually, there are a lot of writers or a lot of calligraphers or masters. They have been done. They also they finish a very, very fantastic writing of Kufi. But for myself, I'm not also as our colleague Abdurrahman. I'm not much familiar with the Kufi. Even long time before I have used, but now I just only am doing the thulus and naskh. So this my I think this my favorite style of writing, because Alhamdulillah, thanks to my God, I finished about 15 mosques of writing and Islamic decoration, elevations. I wrote more than 30 or 40 elevations of government places and through all over. So many Islamic centers throughout the world. A lot, but all the styles I'm going through the naskh and thulus.
I think also the demand. People want us to write in thulus, isn't it? Or that you are the one who
no,
select?
I'm only the one who can decide to write thulus or diwani or Kufi. But I think I have seen also a lot of professors in Kufi. They are doing incredible work, but it needs, I don't know, but it needs more geometrical and imagination work.
Yeah.
So it takes us for another way of
a lot of talents and
a lot of talents. That's why, in my opinion,
yeah,
that the calligraphy cannot do the same style like a painter. A painter, because he is a draftsman or a painter, he can draw, he can use his free hand to create. Then go for the geometrical to make the lines, and then he will finish very easy and very simple way. That's why maybe you didn't feel too much familiar with the Kufi style and the flowers.
Yes.
But I think that maybe you can try one day to make a piece like this fill with the gold and make outlined with any other color. Inshallah. Brothers and sisters, with the end of our show, the Calligrapher, I hope that inshallah God will bless us all and will help us to improve our skills and improve our qualifications to send the other experience to the others, to you all. And inshallah we'll see you again and again with other styles, with the other more benefits of our Holy Quran language